Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. If you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about selling a home, and you're joining us on this program, I guess what I really want you, my listener, to know is that you have a real estate agent here that has really been passionate about her career. She's very humble, very methodical in how she does things so that you, the listener, can go on and use real estate to better your life. And I'll tell you, if you're picking a real estate agent, you can't find a better one. I'm your host, and I'm telling you, call her, 855-732-6700, 855-732-6700. It's like you have a friend that has a lot of knowledge, and she's there to help you. Heather,
Yeah,
carry on.
absolutely. Yes, and I will definitely have that.
In that Chevy. She's the real estate
That's
agent
right.
with the Chevy.
I'll take you in my car. We'll go on a ride. All right, so let's
Oh,
recap.
wait a minute, you vacuum that thing out?
Yeah, I'm gonna vacuum it. Yeah,
You vacuum it out,
it'll be
you got a little
vacuumed.
snacks and a little cooler
That's
in there,
right.
right?
We'll be good to go.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Great ride.
Carry on.
Okay, so step one, and 3 steps of financial independence: invest in yourself first, right? 20% pay yourself first. All right, number 2 is know your financial vitals. Willie, okay, you go to the doctor, right? You know your health vitals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time the doctor takes your blood pressure and your body temperature and your heart rate, and those are called your health vitals. And you
So
always.
what are financial vitals?
Okay.
Give me some examples.
All right, there's 3. There's 3 financial vitals that we have to be aware of for ourselves, just like you're aware with your blood pressure. All right. So credit score is the first one. All right. And I've talked about this before, but there's one website that I guess believe in that is true and honest because it's backed by the United States government. And that is the only website that I tell people to go to get a free copy of their credit report. It's 1 free copy a year, and it's annualreport.com. And basically, that is the main one that you want to go to. That's the one I trust the most.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to see what's on your credit report and make sure everything's correct and accurate. I personally do something called LifeLock. I'm sure people have heard about that. But that way I get to see what's going on with my credit on a regular basis. I get to see any inquiries. I can log in whenever I want and just see what's going on. So that's really, really important to me because your credit is everything.
I got to tell you, Heather, I did a show the other day with a lawyer here from SMU.
Mm-hmm.
That does credit repair, and kind of the topic on that show was, a lot of people go out and get $500 to a credit repair company and says, I'll get you $700. 80% of all people listening right now have an inaccuracy on their credit report and they don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you talk about the vitals of the 30% bucket, the vitals are, you got to have a credit score, and as our society is evolving, I think the millennials know this even more, is that, I heard this thing the other day, and we talked about this with my buddy Paul. Before young people go on about the third date, they're checking credit scores and make sure you don't have any charge-offs or anything.
Right, I like it.
And so everywhere from dating to hiring a job, getting new credit, getting qualified on a house, you name it, a credit score is important. And as I've done these shows on credit restoration, if you will, those 80%, that have those inaccuracies, you should look at your credit once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're saying is you go to this website. What's the name of it? Tell me again.
LifeLock.com.
LifeLock.com, right?
Is the company I use, but you can go to annualcreditreport.com. That's the free one, but you only get 1 a year.
Yeah, well, that's all you need a year, right?
Yeah.
But you should check it every month because these snakes are sitting on the sidelines and they will mess up your credit in a heartbeat. Now, they're going to fix it. Right, but it's just a pain in the south end while you're going north.
That's right, and that's one of your financial vitals, just like your health vitals. You want to protect. You want to be aware of. Like you can't make excuses anymore, right? There's too many tools out there. There's too many opportunities. There's too many people. There's too many books. Like, you have to step up and you have to say, you know what? I am going to take control and I'm going to be aware of my credit score, and it's going to be important to me. And again, it's not like a crazy amount of time you have to invest. Like, once a month, once a quarter, once a year, just check on it, like at the very least, and just see what's up. So you got to know your credit score. It's financial vital, number one. Number two is something called a debt to income ratio, also known as a DTI ratio.
And that's for if you're going to get a mortgage.
Yeah, that's part of it, but also it's important to know what it looks like, because that's a great indicator for you to know, like, am I spending too much money? So it's a check and balance, Willie, for your 20, 30, 50 plan.
How do you do a debt to income ratio?
Good question.
Let me tell you how you can do it real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the short version.
Okay.
She's going to tell you.
All right.
You can always go to owntx.us, and get signed up for their little program in there. Go ahead.
Okay, so the debt to income ratio, it's a simple calculation that determines how much your monthly pay goes to service your existing debt. So how much money do I make versus and how much money goes to existing debt, and what is that ratio? What's that percentage? Okay.
So in the mortgage business, if you earn $1 and your total outstanding payments is called principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Your car payment, your lighting payment. Now, it doesn't include child support,
Student
ironically.
loans, credit card payments.
It's anything out there. So if you got a credit card, for $1,000, you make a $50 minimum payment. That goes into your debt to income ratio. In the mortgage business, FHA, Fannie Mae, you need to be somewhere in the 50% mark. So that's why the debt to income ratio is so important. 50%, then the other 30% is the vitals, right? And the other 20% is you.
Yeah, and that's a good rule of thumb. Like the calculation, so it's like the total monthly debt payment divided by your total monthly household income. Okay, so to Willie's example earlier, if you made $1,000 a month and your monthly obligations were $500 a month, that would be a debt to income ratio of 50%. And to his point, maybe you'll get approved for a mortgage at 50%, but I have to tell you guys, like, I would have a hard conversation with you and really, really, really help you understand what it means to own a house. And maybe 50% might be too high, even though the government says it's okay. Yeah. But we, as real estate concierge, we really, really like to encourage people to keep it under 40%, more like around 35, 36, 30, 37%. That's what we like to do, because that way we can help you ensure you're not going to be house poor. Yeah. And we have a cool tool on our website that will help you calculate your debt to income ratio as well. We have some pretty cool calculators out there to help you play around and check them out. So that's your debt to income ratio, or your DTI. And then your third financial vital is your net worth. All right? Your net worth, Willie. And that's a simple calculation too. All you do is you take your assets minus your liabilities. So if I own a house, and that house, my real estate broker tells me my house is worth $200,000 in today's market, but I have a mortgage on it of $50,000, right? Then a quick math could be my net worth is about $50,000. That's not going to be 100% accurate, right? Because I might have to pay taxes on that profit, maybe. I might have to pay costs to sell that property. I might have to pay repairs, right? I don't know, right? So that's not exactly accurate, but it's a good, quick, and easy rule of thumb to kind of see what you have for your net worth. Okay, so you want to know your net worth, and again, we can help you figure that out in our buyer orientation. But each year you want to know, is my net worth increasing or is it decreasing? When I started Real Estate Concierge in 2014, do you know what happened to my net worth? It went down, right? Because I started a new company, so I had to really have that hard conversation with myself. And I had to say, all right, you got to keep the Chevy another year. You got to keep the Chevy another 2 years, because I couldn't take on a new debt like that because I had to make sure that I had enough money to protect what I wanted to build.
How to become financially fit. 3 steps is what we're talking about this Saturday night. You probably want to go get you a quick cold beer and come back and catch this last segment. Make sure you check out owntx.us. Again, owntx.us. 855-732-6700. Again, 855-732-6700. Remember, real estate changes people's lives to the good. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And when it comes to buying and selling, you need to know a Heather Anderson. She's one of the good ones, friend. Check her out at owntx.us. I got to go to break. When we come back, we'll wrap the hour up, get you a cold one. We'll see you here in a bit.